only 4 days unfortunately this this trip, but fantastic 4 days nonetheless. And weather aside this morning, it's been fantastic, beautiful, glorious weather, albeit a wee bit chilly, but today that's changing, and like I say, it's starting to get quite mild. However, since it's quite a short day, would you like a wee walkthrough of Thunder? You know, would you like to come and see the boat? Okay, I will show you the boat, but please bear in mind, okay, I'm still trying to tidy her up, so she's not in perfect condition at the moment, you know, but let's have a wee look at her, shall we? Okay. Okay, there we go. That is, that's Thunder. She's an Aquafiber Diamond 43, so she's 43 foot long. She's about 12 foot wide, and once you lower the screens up top there, she has a air draft of only 6 foot 10, so she's a fantastic broad cruiser for getting under all but pretty much Potterheim Bridge. She has 3 cabins. She's got one in the stern here. She's got another cabin just about there-ish, and then we've got a cabin up front. She's got a saloon with 2 folding canopies and of course an upper helm, you know, and she really is a fantastic boat. I love this design. What I'll do is I'll take you along the outside of it first thing you notice is these huge, massive freeboards, you know, very easy to walk on, you know. Access to the upper helm is here. There is a wee seat there. It looks a wee bit sort of hard at the moment, but there is actually a cushion inside where you put that up there, you know, and nice wee. Okay, it's not a huge well, it's not really a flybridge, it's up an upper helm, but you could get possibly 2 people there and another sort of captain's seat there. You know, that obviously folds up where you've got your throttle controls, your bow thruster, a wee rev gauge, and on and all that. And I must say, up here, she gives you some stunning views indeed, very high up. The only thing to remember though is that the upper helm is located near the back. That's obviously the back there. So what you have to bear in mind is that you have a mass of boat in front of you. Thank goodness the flag flies there, because you need that sometimes when you're manoeuvring in tight spaces, you know. This wee thing that's lying down here, that's just my navigation lights. They're just folded down at the moment just for ease of going under any bridges. But if I was travelling at night, I can just pull a pin, pop that up, in with the pin, switch the lights on, and there you go, you know. So yes, continuing down here, that's I'm not going to open that. That's basically your gas locker and where your rond anchors are. Just all the way down here. What you tend to find as well is that Thunder has a lot of these. Now these are actually lights. I'm not quite sure what you call them, but basically they permit light to come down in there, giving a very much open feel to the interior, very bright and airy. Same with over here in the canopy. Most canopies that would just be a straight canopy, but on Thunder we've cut in a hole, put in a window on both the canopies. Once again, aids massive amounts of lights, you know, very bright and airy inside, you know. Coming up to the front here, you know, just take it nice and easy. That's obviously where your flag. You've got these lovely wee sort of rope hooks here to look after your bow ropes, and obviously here you've got electric winch buttons as well, so you can control the winch. You've also got a switch on the helm as well, you know. And then just following it down, like I say, very easy to walk along this boat. That's obviously one of the navigation lights, and that's obviously where you would put your aerial in if you wanted to watch TV, you know. Very easy to walk around. There's loads of handrails here, you know, so you can hang on. You're never really without a handrail at all. Yeah, down the back, you know. So a wee bit of a step down into the boat, but once you're in there, there's no problems. So, and you go in the back door like that. That is actually a PVC double glazed door. Very nice and warm. You're into the back bedroom. Now obviously this is where I have been sleeping here. I'm just used to sleeping in the back bedroom, and although the front bedroom is probably slightly bigger, I prefer this back bedroom here. Just keeps me away from any bath strap or anything like that. It's a wee bit tight. Well, it's not tight, it's cosy, you know, but it's big enough, you know. It's a small double, but like I say, it's lovely. And of course, you know, being a science fiction geek, if you're going to buy bedding, Russell, there's only one sort of bedding to get: a science fiction themed bedding. So yeah, that's my Doctor Who bedding, bought specifically for this boat, by the way, because my bed at home is a bit bigger. So yeah. Anyway, you've got these wee reading lights on either side. I don't know if you can just spot them under there, you know. And obviously the curtains, cupboards. You've got cupboards underneath the bed as well, and you've got a wee heating point there, and you can't see it, but just behind the door there's a mirror as well, you know. Also, this is what I was talking about, those vents, you know, the sort of light tunnels, you know, allows a lot of natural light to fly into the boat, whereas, you know, so it makes it a bit brighter without actually using lights, so it sort of doesn't it's not as dull as some boats might be if they didn't have these. So yeah, you got two doors here, okay, they both lead into the same place, which is of course the first of the heads, if you like. One of these heads is getting, I think it's this head is getting refurbished in the next couple of weeks when the boat comes out for its winter maintenance. But like I say, very perfectly respectable. LED lights, you got your shower unit, your sink, you know, a wee sort of toilet gauge there. It is an electric flush, you know, the buttons are just there, you know, and yeah, it's okay, you know, as per usual. It's a boat toilet, so there's not a lot of room in it, you know, but it's good enough, you know, it's good enough. It gives a good height and all, and obviously that door goes into the hall here, you know, so you can use that as a day head, or you can use that as an ensuite, you know. Back here you've got a lovely wee sort of cupboard. You can open that up and you've got some shelving there, you know, just a wee corner unit, nothing fancy, but a good wee storage space. Try to make the best use of the space that they can on this boat, so that nothing really gets dead, if you like, you know, or wasted. Into the back second cabin here, you know, and you tend to find, if you'll excuse all the bedding sitting there waiting, but this is actually two single beds right across. I've obviously never slept in here, you know, but if they're anything like the cabin at the back, very lovely mattresses, very comfortable, firm but soft at the same time, if there's such a thing. You've obviously got a couple of reading lights, plenty light from the windows, another wee sort of light tunnel, and you've got Thunder is equipped with all these sort of bright LED tubes, if you like, and they are very bright, and they do an excellent job when it's dark, you know. You've got another wee sort of cupboard there, you know, and this is what I'm saying, you know, cupboards, you've got a heat vent, you've got a nice wee wardrobe there, you've got a wee dressing unit there with more light, you know, sockets, another cupboard, wee sort of a table, and yeah, it's a good wee room actually, you know. It would probably be ideal for a couple kids if you wanted to put a couple kids in here, you know. Fantastic, you know. So I use that room primarily just for my storage, you know, so I don't really go on that too much. Moving forward, you have the galley here. You've got obviously a wee cooker there, more cupboards, a nice big size fridge in there with a freezer compartment, a good size freezer compartment that actually has ice on board at the moment, you know. More plug sockets. Thunder comes with an immersion heater, you know, so if I'm plugged into shore power in the morning, I can flip that switch, half an hour later, lovely hot water without running the engine. Very, very handy, that thing, you know. Obviously, excuse all that mess, you know, I'm still in the process of tidying up, you know, but that's still obviously the galley. Huge cupboards there, you know, very, very nice. And once again, you got these LED lights, light tunnel, just allows a lot more light to flood in to the darker areas of the boat. And you've got these windows here, you know. Here, behind this panel is where the engine is located. I'm not going to open that up for you because it's quite a heavy door. And surprisingly, it's quite quiet in there. They've soundproofed that very, very well, you know. All you really hear is a sort of a distant whine, if you like, as the engine goes along, and it's not intrusive, it's not loud, and yeah, very, very nice indeed. So that's his location of the engine, you know. Coming round into the main area, you know, you've got a set of steps there. It is quite steep, I won't lie, you got to be careful, you know, but there is handholds here and here, another PVC double glazed door, and a wee hatch here which leads straight out into the upper helm position, you know. And yes, it's really nice up there, although I do have been spending a lot of time down here in the saloon, you know. This door seems a wee bit odd at first glance, but you actually open up this door and you have a shower room. Now obviously at the moment it's used more as a sort of a storage area, utility room, but it seems a wee bit odd why you would have a shower in next to the galley or saloon area. It's perfectly sized. It's actually, you step down into it, you know, and there's a wee sort of seating area there if you wanted to sit, you know. So it's like I say, at the moment we just use it primarily for storage. Nobody really uses this shower unit, but it is there, you know. You've got a wee mirror as well, you know, the wee sort of towel rail there. But the reason that's there primarily is because you can actually transform this saloon into a bedroom, you know. Come back to that in a second, you know. Obviously you've got some more plug sockets there depending on whether you're on shore power or inverter. You've got a microwave there and more sort of storage space for your cutlery, your glasses and your cups and all that, you know, in there. The seating here in the saloon area, very, very nice, very, very comfortable, and it's, yeah, absolutely fantastic actually, you know. I really enjoy sitting on these seats, you know. They're, once again, they're firm but soft, you know. They don't give you sort of bum cheek sort of numbness, if you like, you know. You can sit there for hours. They're good support for the backs of the legs by the knees as well, and yeah, they're fantastic, you know. You've also got under, you probably can't see it, but you've also got yet more drawers and storage space, you know. You've got a wee light there, you know, obviously the curtains, and once again a mass of these LED lights here, you know. Lovely, lovely, lovely windows. You got the light tunnels there, and this is what I mean about putting these glass panels on the top of the canopy, you know. They just let so much light in, and it's very, very light and spacious here. You've got a couple more seats here which actually lift up, and once again, you know, you can lift them up and there is actually storage space under each of these seats. Now these seats move, okay? They're a wee bit heavy because we've got sort of like, we keep a lot of our cables and our ropes and heavy stuff in these seats, but what you can do is that you can take these seats, you move the table, slide those seats over. You can keep the backs on them if you want, or take the backs off, you know. Slide the seats into here, and that actually makes up quite a large and quite a comfortable double bed there, you know. Probably a right proper double bed actually, and yes, very, very comfortable it is as well, you know. But that's how you can make up, essentially turn this into a separate almost cabin, if you like, you know, with all these storage spaces available to you. You know, you could have a couple of people sitting here, sleeping here, you know, overnight, and they would still have access to their own shower in the morning if they required it, and obviously a sink there, you know, if they as well if they needed it. So yes, very well thought out, very, very good, you know, and very, very comfortable, you know. Obviously over here we have our TV. Nice good sized TV. Below it a Blu-ray player. We've got the very high quality radio CD player, which plays through the high quality speakers that have been fitted as well. Very, very good, very nice setup. And when you're sitting here at night in the evening, the TV is perfectly placed and yet still out of the way. You know, it's not like shoved in a corner or something like that, or a wee bit awkward to watch, like I have known sometimes on some hire boats, you know, where they're just sort of shoved in a corner over there and it's too small, it's a wee bit, you know, you're sitting a bit crooked, you know, and you just can't quite get comfortable. That is a fantastic setup. That was one of the things that really appealed to me about this boat. Wonderful, you know. You've got a set of steps here. Obviously the canopy slides back, you've got a set of steps so you can get in and out of that side. You've got a lovely wee sort of shelving unit there that we keep a few bits and pieces and some paperwork and all that. Yet more storage space, absolutely fantastic. Over here, some more steps that lead out to the port side of the boat and out that canopy. You've got a wee sort of a seating area here, and of course up here you've got a nice large two-person helm seat, you know, and that helm seat really is very, very comfortable indeed. Let me just come around here. Now a lot of people might think when you're sitting down here looking out, the windows might seem a bit narrow, you know, it might seem a wee bit claustrophobic up here. I will admit that if I just turn you around, you know, here, you know, I'm by the canopy, so there's a few extra inches, but if I move over here, you know, you can see the problem, you know, so a tall person is going to have an issue sitting not at the side, if you like, you know, not at actually at the steering position, but at the side. A tall person, yeah, you're gonna need to watch where you put your head. So it's true, you know, some people might not enjoy this seating position too much, or this helm position, I should say, in adverse weather, you know, when you have to button everything up, you know. But it does still afford you, you know, oh, excuse me, it does still afford you some nice views. You know, you're not sitting right down by the water like you would be in a forward steer cruiser. Although it's a low air draft, you are actually sitting a little bit higher up, you know. Obviously can sit even higher up by the upper helm position, but here, you know, I have never had a problem with this. I can look around and I can see loads of visibility out of these windows, you know, and out of these windows here all the way around, you know, absolutely fantastic. And once again, these windows here by the side of the canopy, they just let in so much light, you know. I've actually locked the canopy so I can't show you, but they are very, despite the fact that they're quite large canopies, they are on runners and ball bearings, so they are very, very easy to slide back and forth. You've also got wee sort of windows here you can pull back and forth, you know. And yeah, I mean, sitting here, you know, looking out, you've got somebody sitting there, somebody sitting here beside you, you know. It's fantastic, fantastic, very sociable helm position actually, you know. And because of the canopies, you know, you can slide them back, stand up, poke your head out, you know, and it's fantastic, you know. Really is a great design of boat, at least from my perspective. It's not everybody's cup of tea, admittedly, and if I was a wee bit taller I might have issues sitting here, but me personally, not at all. I absolutely love it. You know, the only problem is that when you sit here, you look out and it's, yeah, I mean, there's the bow, you know, there's the flag, and it's just right there, you know, and you feel very, very close to the front of the boat. The only problem is you have to remember, and once again I've locked the canopy accidentally, so I can't poke you out, is that you've actually got a massive boat behind you, you know. It's like, yeah, I don't know if you can actually, I mean, I don't know if you can just see that. That is the back window, just there. So that is a lot of boat behind you. Now, poking your head up out of the canopy, that's great. You know, you can literally stand up and get a great view out the back of the boat. You can stand out here, you know, and see right down the sides of it. And yeah, but there is a lot of boat behind you. That's what you're going to have to remember when you're on this boat. So sometimes in certain circumstances, like when I was coming into the marina or when I was going to Bolters, it's far easier to nip up the steps into the upper helm and try to do a stern-on mooring from the upper helm as opposed to down here. You just get a better view of what's going on at the back end from the upper helm position, you know. But yes, I absolutely love this helm position, and the seats once again firm but soft, you know, and yeah, very, very comfortable, and yeah, lovely. And what you got here as well is obviously your throttle control. That's standard. You've got your heating there, your steering wheel, your Victron inverter, some warning lights, your rev gauge, battery temperatures and what have you. Obviously over here you've got your bilge pump, your wipers, your water pump, your horn, and obviously that is for your navigation lights if you are deciding to cruise before or after dusk. Up here is your electric winch controls from the helm position. So you can control the winch from either here or by the two buttons down by the actual winch itself. And here of course is your bow thruster. Very powerful bow thruster, by the way, very nice, and yeah, it's a right proper good bow thruster. Very, very good, very good. Gets you out into trouble a wee bit, you know, if you yeah. So yeah, that is the helm position, and like I say, it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but for me, it works for me, you know. I find it very comfortable to sit here. I can still get very good views about what's going on. If I need a little bit more views, I can whack the canopy back and literally stand up out of the boat looking around, and yeah, it just works perfectly for me, you know. But that is the upper helm position, you know, and once we then come back down here, you know, it's past the covers, we then go into, I meant to point that out, that is obviously we've got a water gauge here, and this lever here is for switching between the upper and the lower helm position. So right now it's set for the lower position, so if I wanted to go up to the upper position, I would set the throttle to neutral, whack that way, and that's me on the upper helm position. Go up and control the boat from there. So yeah. Through this door then leads into the forward cabin, and this is actually probably quite spacious indeed, you know. Once again, you've got more storage space here. You've got a heating unit, you've got another plug there. The windows here are a wee bit on the narrow, small side, but you do have a lovely window up front, another window there, and you can't really see it, but there is obviously there's a cover over that at the moment, but take that cover off and that would waft a lot of light in here, you know, and it's very, very nice indeed. You've obviously got yet more spotlights on either side. This is probably two singles, and I'd probably say they might be quite large singles, but they do taper, you know, into the towards the bow of the boat, and yeah, it's like I suspect, I've never slept here, I suspect they would be very comfortable to sleep in, but once again, you know, if you're a tall person, not so sure, you know, because you would probably be touching feet or something like that, you know. But yeah, I mean, two kids down here would be fantastic, you know. You've also got more storage space, tons and tons of storage space, you know. You've also got this, excuse that, you've also got this triangular thing that's just sitting here at the moment. Basically what you would do is you take that, whack it in there, and you would have a huge, and I mean a huge double at the back that just tapers forward with your feet towards the bow. But that would be a very, very large bed indeed. Absolutely, you know. So you've obviously got all these wee shelves. I never showed you that in the other cabins actually, but all the bedrooms have these wee shelves that run for, just so you can put your phone or a wee bit of juice or something like that, you know. That there, by the way, is the cushion I was telling you about for the upper helm. You just take that up, put that on the upper helm, and that's a nice wee cushion for you to sit on if you're spending any time up there, you know. And obviously you've got yeah, more mirrors, and into the forward head. Once again, it's just a standard boat head, you know. Lovely nice sink, you know. Once again, electric toilet with a gauge toilet, and obviously your shower unit there, you know. And that basically is Thunder. Absolutely fantastic boat. Very, very, very well looked after. Yes, I absolutely love this boat. She is fantastic. She's beautiful. She's comfortable. She's just so comfortable. In fact, actually, and it's really is a joy to actually spend time on her, you know. And it's a brilliant boat, it really is. Maybe a few things, you know, I mean, if you were a particularly tall person, 6 foot plus, you might struggle in some of the beds, you might struggle at the helm seat, granted, you know, but for me, you know, it just works. I really do love the aquafiber design, aquafiber diamond design of these boats, and yeah, it's absolutely love it, absolutely love it, you know. She is a fantastic boat, you know, and yeah, I'm glad I've got her, basically, you know. But yeah, that is basically just a quick wee look at Thunder, you know.